interesting. All right, let's talk a little bit about opinions and recommendations about CBD and where people are sourcing their information, because we talked before about, beauty, and really a lot of it is being spread by influencer awareness and influencer advertising, which of course poses a specific problem for the cannabis space, whether you're CBD or cannabis or even hemp, really. But first, I want to look at positive experiences and recommendations, because something here we see is a difference between consumers and non-consumers. Consumers don't really care if they've gotten a positive recommendation for CBD. They're like, someone tells me it's good, someone tells me it's bad, I'm making up my own mind. I'm really not listening to that. Whereas can be expected, non-consumers are much more swayed by having a positive recommendation from somebody around CBD, or having a positive experience, or someone tells them they had a positive experience. So how can the skincare industry and the cannabinoid-based beauty product industry kind of work together to help non-consumers either educate them or give them positive recommendations, or kind of that really seems to be a trigger point for a lot of non-consumers getting into the market, is that someone tells them it worked for them. And of course, testimonials and things. But before you answer that, let me add the other caveat here, which is the how people source information. So when we look at how people are sourcing information, social media influencers and bloggers are right up there. And for cannabis companies, social media promotion and marketing is mostly not allowed. So given that a recommendation, especially for non-consumers, is so important, at the same time, it's so difficult to utilize social media marketing for cannabis and CBD companies, what do we do? How do we get around that?
Well, it reminds me of some statistics that I looked at a couple of years ago, where the majority of people that were buying CBD products were buying it on the basis of a friends and family recommendation. But then if you dove a little bit deeper and started asking those friends and family if they could tell the difference between CBD isolate and CBD distillate and different sources, they didn't know. So they were giving advice without really understanding, from a formulation perspective, what's even in the product. I think it goes back to trying to create communities of people where you've got ambassadors that believe in the product and are willing to share that with friends and family and people in their network. I mean, this isn't a new concept, but I think it's one that people, just given the challenges. I mean, it's challenging for us to post anything on Facebook, for example, because of the censorship around cannabinoids. So I think we're going to have to rely on building communities of people that, where we're helping to educate people that are prolific in sharing, their knowledge about what these compounds do. I see no shortage of people that are willing to talk about what they think is going on. And those are the people that we should be educating with the correct information, so that they can be spreading, factual information around to their networks, and hopefully these people will be willing to try these products.